Hello again. It's time for more multi-step equations. Last time we went through and we talked about some basics with multi-step equations, combining like terms, doing distribution. So today we're going to continue on that path. Here we have two distributions that we have to handle. We're just going to do both of them. There's nothing special or different that we have to do. Just be careful when you're doing it. I'm gonna do number 201. I like number 201. I'm gonna do that one, and then the other three basically the same thing. So we'll go through each of those individually. So with number 201, you're going to distribute. So first you'll distribute this -8 into the m and the -6. And then we'll distribute this -2 into the 1 and the -m. And remember that this negative is part of this too. So just be careful as you're going through. And I can already tell that I'm going to be in the way. Let's put me over here. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do -8. -8, -6. Those two multiply to get 42. No. 8 times 6 is 48. And then we got -2 times 1, so -2. -2 times -m plus 2m equals 58. Now, here we've got two different sets of like terms. So we're just going to combine the m's and we're going to combine the numbers. So the m's, we got a -8 and a +2. -8 and a +2, that makes -6m. 48 minus 2, that'll be a +46. Equals 58. And then we can subtract this 46. 58 minus 46, subtract it over and we get 12, right? So we got -6 equals 12. And then we can just divide and we can end up with m equals -2. And that's all there is to it. Just make sure to combine your like terms where they go. So take a minute, give 199, 200, and 202, each of them a try. All right, so once again, just be aware. So this negative hanging out here on the outside, that's -1, right? So we're going to multiply by -1 to these and by 6 to these. We got 49 equals -1 plus 8x plus 30x plus 12. Combine our like terms, we got 49 equals, well, the -1 and the 12. 12 minus 1 is 11. 8 and 30 better be 38. And don't forget your x. Then we're going to subtract. Subtract the 11 over here. And look what we get. We get (38x) equals 38. And you ask yourself, okay, well, what times 38 is 38? Well, that's going to be 1, right? And that's all there is to it. Yeah, don't overthink these. They look complicated just because there's a lot of stuff, but it's all just the same thing that we've been doing. Like here, distribute, distribute. 23, and I'm still on the way. You're not useful anymore. I'll move you over here. So we got 24x. What do we say? 6 times 8 was 48, right? 48. Plus 30x, 5 times negative 5 is negative 25. So we got 23 equals, let's combine our like terms, 54. So the 24x and the 30x. 48 minus 25, well that's 23, right? 48 minus 25, 48 minus 20 is 28 minus 5, 23. I like this one because look what happens. So when I subtract the 23 over, look what I get. 54x equals, well, what's 23 minus 23? Isn't that just 0? Well, hey, I know how to do that. Divide both sides by 54. And what 0 divided by 54, if I have no cookies and I want to split them between 54 people, then every person is going to get 0 cookies. And if you were to plug in 0, you would see that everything comes out. 48 minus 25 is 23. Okay. All right, last one on this page. Distribute, and again, this is a negative 5 that is being distributed. Be careful. That is important, negative 5. So we go through, and 19 equals 4v minus 24 minus 25v, right? Negative 5 times 5 is negative 25. Negative 5 times 4 is negative 20. And so we go through and we combine all of our like terms. We get 19 equals negative 21v minus 48. Add the 48. 50, 67. Did I do that right? I think I made a mistake somewhere. 4. Ah, that's a 4. This is not 48. It's a 44. See, this is why it's always important to double check your work. So you add 44 to both sides. That way it cancels out. What you end up with is 63 equals negative 21v. You can divide and you can get v is equal to negative 3. And this is the sort of thing, if you plug in whatever, if I had kept that as a 48 and I had gotten some 67 divided by negative 21, I would see that that's a fraction, and I plug it in, it doesn't come out equal. So I know that I screwed up somehow. So just always be careful when you're doing these. I think we have enough time for one more. Yeah, actually probably 2 more. So what makes these different is that there is a variable on each side. And I've found in my many years of teaching that these are the hardest ones for people, because there's this element of choosing to do something that freaks people out. So what I want to start off by saying is it doesn't matter where you choose the variable to go as long as you're consistent. So now I'm going to do number 305. Number 305 is basically a fancy version of 306 and 307, and it looks just like 308. So let me do this one real quick. Let's look on the left side, combine our like terms. So here's a negative 1 and a 2. So we've got a plus 1 on the left. And then, oh, there's lots of like terms to combine here. 16, 1, and 8. So we've got a plus 1 equals 7a plus 25. Now, it's at this point that you have to make a decision. Where do you want the variable to go? Where do you want the number to go? It doesn't matter. It will get you the same answer any way you do it, but a lot of people prefer to make the variable come to the left and the number come to the right. All right? It doesn't matter which way you go, but that's the way a lot of people prefer it, and it doesn't always work out that that's the best way, but it helps sometimes. The key is to make sure that you anchor your equal sign, know what's on either side so that you don't make a mistake. So I always move the variable first. I say, all right, well, look, 7a, I'm going to subtract that over to the left. Look what I've got. I've got negative 6a plus 1 equals 25. So look, I got the number by itself already. The variable is by itself over here. All I got to do is get this number over here, and then I'm in business. And look what I've got now. I've got negative 6a equals 24. Just like all the other problems we've done. Now I'm going to divide by negative 6. And there's our answer. And you can always go back in to check to make sure that what you did is correct. It will turn out that you get negative 3 on both sides. Make sure that it works. All right, so try 306, 307, and 308 on your own. Okay, so let's do 306. So I've got like terms here, 6x and negative 2x. So I've got 4x equals 16 plus 2x. So now one thing I want to point out, here I've already got the number, the variable by itself already, right? So just that should be the place where the variable goes. Sometimes maybe this, if this was switched, there's no reason to get stuff away. It's right here. Bring this variable over here. The choice has already been made for you, right? 4x minus 2x. 2x equals 16. Divide both sides by 2. X equals 8. And then we end up checking, and we get 32 equals 32. We know we did it right. Yay! This one, no like terms to be had, but again, when in doubt, if there's no real leads as to what to do, move stuff over to the left, and that's fine. So I'm going to subtract the 2x to both sides. And look what I've got. I've got 2x minus 10 equals negative 2. I'm going to add 10 over to the other side. It was a negative over here. Now it's going to become a positive over here. 2x equals 8. And if I know 2x equals 8, and I had this in the wrong place this whole time. I'm sorry. If you needed to see what was going on here. All right, so 2x equals 8. Let's divide. X equals 4. All right, this last one. We've got this. We've got this monstrosity right here. Let's combine our like terms. We got a 3, a 4, and a 6. All make 13. And on this side, 4n plus n, this is 5n. Now, here's what I was talking about before. This 4x is already by itself. Bring it over. We don't have to think about it. Here, this 5n is already by itself. If I bring the 5n over, what's going to be left on the right-hand side? Nothing, right? So here's the thing. Maybe instead add 8n to cancel out from over here. And, you know, we've got this far, so let's take it to its completion. I'm going to flip it around just because I like it that way. I like the variable on the left, and it's okay to flip it around once you've done your thing. And end up with n equals 1. Right, because 13 times what number is itself? 1, yeah. Okay. It looks like we are gonna maybe do one more video of this. So look out for part 3. Have a great day.